Have you ever wondered what your dog really sees when they look at you? You might think they know you're human, but science says otherwise. In your dog's mind, you're not just a person. You're something deeper, something more important. You don't register to them by your face or your words. You register by scent, sound, and energy. To your dog, you're a protector, a leader, sometimes even a parent. You don't just live in their world, you are their world. And here's the twist. Some experts believe your dog might not even realize you're a different species. To them, you're just a strange-looking dog they trust more than anything. It sounds unbelievable, but it's backed by real science. And once you understand how your dog truly sees you, you'll never look at your bond the same way again. To truly understand what your dog sees when they look at you, we have to look through their senses, not ours. While we humans rely mostly on sight to recognize the world, dogs live in a world dominated by scent, sound, and body language, and that changes everything about how they perceive you. Scientists like Dr. Brian Hare have spent years studying how dogs think. What they discovered is stunning. Dogs don't categorize you as a separate species. In fact, they don't even really care that you're human. Instead, they interpret your actions, your energy, and your scent in ways that align with their natural instincts, often treating you as part of their pack, or even like a parental figure. A dog's nose is its primary tool for understanding the world. Their sense of smell is so advanced, they can detect your emotional state, your health, and even subtle changes in your body chemistry. When you walk through the door, your dog isn't recognizing your face like a person would. They're sensing you, your unique scent that no one else carries. MRI studies have shown that when dogs hear their human's voice or smell their scent, the reward centers in their brain light up. That means your dog associates you with comfort, security, and love on a deep neurological level. And when they look at you with those soft eyes, it's not just affection, it's emotional recognition. In their mind, they're not looking at a stranger species. They're seeing someone who belongs to them, someone they trust. So no, your dog doesn't think of you as just another human walking around. They think of you as something more personal, more important. Someone who matters deeply in their world. And to understand why your dog sees you that way, we need to look at how their mind actually works. Dogs don't experience the world the way we do. While we rely on sight and words, dogs rely almost entirely on scent, sound, and subtle body cues. Their sense of smell is so powerful, they can detect your mood, stress levels, even if you're getting sick, long before you realize it yourself. So when your dog looks at you, they're not seeing your face. They're reading your scent, your energy, the rhythm of how you move through the world. Scientists like Dr. Brian Hare have studied this deeply. When dogs were shown pictures or played recordings of their owners, their brain's reward center lit up, not just with recognition, but with affection. One study even found that dogs produce oxytocin, the same hormone released in human parent-child bonding, when they look into our eyes. To them, it's not about species. It's about emotional connection. That's why your dog doesn't just tolerate you. They follow you, lean on you, and light up when you walk in. They're not analyzing what you are. They already know who you are, the heart of their world. And that powerful connection begins with something we often overlook, your scent. To your dog, smell isn't just a sense. It's their primary language. While humans see the world in color, dogs smell it in layers. Your scent tells your dog everything, where you've been, how you feel, what you've touched, even what you ate. It's a signature only you carry, and it's the first thing they notice every single time. When you come home, your dog isn't thinking, "Ah, I see their face." They're thinking, "That's the scent I love most in the world." It's why your clothes, your pillow, your side of the bed, these things calm them when you're away. To your dog, they are you. In fact, studies show that dogs react more strongly to the scent of their owner than to any sight or sound. Their brain literally lights up with joy when they smell something that reminds them of you. And it's not just about comfort, it's about identity. Your smell is how they know you. So the next time your dog sniffs your hand, your feet, or curls up on your laundry basket, they're not being weird. They're reconnecting with their favorite presence in the world. You're not just someone they recognize, you're someone they feel through scent. And in their eyes, that's even more powerful than a face. But scent is only the beginning. What truly shapes how your dog sees you is your role in their world. In a dog's mind, every group, every pack needs a leader, not a boss, but a steady presence, someone to follow, someone to trust. And every day, through your actions, your dog is watching to figure out who that leader is. When you feed them, guide them, protect them, stay calm when they panic, you're communicating something powerful. You've got this. And when your dog senses that confidence, they respond with something even more powerful, loyalty. But it goes both ways. If your voice is uncertain, your rules are inconsistent, or you react with frustration, your dog can feel lost, confused, ungrounded. In those moments, they may even try to take control, not because they want to dominate you, but because they're unsure who's leading who. This dynamic is especially clear in how dogs respond to commands, boundaries, and routines. It's not about discipline, it's about security. Dogs thrive when they know who's in charge, and they feel safest when that leader is you. So when your dog follows you from room to room, sits calmly at your feet, or watches your every move, it's not just affection, it's trust. In their world, they've chosen you as the one they rely on, the one they would follow anywhere. And that choice, it's one of the highest forms of love a dog can give. And part of that trust, part of what makes your bond so unbreakable, is how deeply your dog can feel you. Dogs don't just notice your mood, they absorb it. They feel it in your footsteps, your voice, the tension in your body. Without needing words, they know when you're sad, anxious, angry, or overjoyed. And they respond in the only way they know how, by mirroring you. That's not just intuition, it's biology. Studies show that dogs are wired to recognize human emotions. When you speak in a loving tone, their brain activates the same way ours does when we hear someone we care about. And when you're upset, your scent actually changes, releasing subtle chemical signals your dog can detect instantly. Ever notice your dog hovering near you on a stressful day, resting their head on your lap without being asked? That's not random. That's empathy in its purest form. Your dog doesn't need to understand what happened. They just need to be close. Because your pain becomes their concern. Your calm becomes their peace. In your dog's eyes, you're not just a part of their life. You are their emotional anchor, the heartbeat that steadies theirs. So the next time your dog curls up beside you when you're down, or watches your face when you're quiet, it's not because they're curious, it's because they care, more deeply than most humans ever will. And sometimes, that care goes even deeper. Because to your dog, you may not just be a leader. You might be something even more sacred, a parent. Think about how a puppy clings to its mother, every step, sleeping curled beside her warmth, seeking comfort in her presence. Now, think about how your dog behaves with you. Do they follow you from room to room? Watch you when you move? Whine when you leave? Even for a moment? That's not just attachment, that's imprinting. Dogs, especially those adopted young or raised closely by humans, often form maternal bonds with their caretakers. And if your dog treats you like their safe place, their comfort zone, their emotional shelter, it's because, in their mind, you are that. Science supports this, too. When dogs and their humans gaze into each other's eyes, both release oxytocin, the same hormone human mothers and infants share when bonding. That eye contact isn't just cute. It's biological proof that your dog sees you as more than a companion. They see you as someone they're born to trust. So when your dog nudges your hand, sleeps beside your bed, or sits quietly at your feet, they're not just being obedient. They're seeking what every child seeks: reassurance, protection, love. To your dog, you're not just part of the pack. You're the one who makes them feel safe in a world they don't always understand. And in that sense, you're not just their human. You're home. And if you ever doubt how deeply your dog sees you as more than just human, just watch how they behave around you. When your dog licks your face, it's not just affection, it's instinct. In the wild, young wolves lick their mother's mouth to show submission and connection. When your dog does that to you, they're not treating you like a person. They're treating you like family, like someone they look up to, someone they belong to. Or maybe you've noticed how they lean into your legs or rest their head in your lap during quiet moments. That's not a trick they learned. It's a natural behavior dogs use with pack members to feel close and grounded. To them, touch isn't just physical, it's emotional reassurance. Even subtle things carry meaning. Does your dog ever yawn right after you do? That's called emotional contagion. and it only happens when two beings are closely bonded. Scientists believe it's a sign of empathy, of emotional synchronization. And yes, dogs do it too, with those they truly trust. And then there's the way they protect you, not aggressively, but alertly. They position themselves between you and the door, or bark at unfamiliar sounds, not because they think you're weak, but because they think it's their job to watch over you, just like they would a vulnerable pup in their pack. These little signs, they're not random. They're quiet proof that your dog doesn't just live with you, they live for you. Not as your pet, not as your subordinate, but as your family, as your equal. As someone who sees you through a lens no human ever could. So when you put all of this together, the way your dog senses your scent, reads your emotions, follows your lead, and treats you with unwavering loyalty, it leads to one powerful truth. Your dog doesn't see you as human. They see you as theirs. Not in the way we own things, but in the way a heart chooses where to belong. To your dog, you're not a separate species. You're not a pet owner in some distant category. You're a member of their pack, their safest place, their trusted leader. Sometimes even their parent, their comfort, their mirror. You're the one they wait for by the door, the one whose scent brings calm, the one they'd follow into the unknown simply because they believe in you, completely. And in their mind, it's not about what you look like or what species you are. It's about what you mean to them. And what you mean is everything. So the next time your dog gazes at you quietly, tail still, eyes soft, know this. They're not wondering who you are. They already know. You're the center of their world. Not human, not other. Just the one they love most. And maybe that's the most beautiful part of all. In a world where labels and categories define so much, species, roles, status, your dog strips all that away. They don't care what you wear, what you look like, or what you do for a living. They care about your presence, your scent, your voice, your heart. To them, you're not human or not human. You're just you, the one who stayed, the one who loves them back. So the next time you feel invisible, misunderstood, or alone, just remember, someone sees you completely, not with judgment, not with expectation, but with a love so pure, it doesn't need words. That's the magic of dogs. And that's why they never stop checking on you, waiting for you, choosing you. Because to them, you're not just important, you're everything. If this touched your heart, share it with someone who loves their dog like family. And let us know in the comments, what's one thing your dog does that makes you feel seen? And if you believe dogs truly are the most loyal souls on earth, don't forget to subscribe. Because here, we don't just love dogs, we speak their language.